Hi, in this Microsoft Excel tutorial, we are going to learn how to remove duplicates using a function in Microsoft Excel called the Countif function. So we are going to learn how to use Countif to remove duplicates. Keep on watching if you are interested in that. Hi, I'm Dr. Onyao Obede and welcome to our channel. If this happens to be your first time here, note that on this channel we'll put out a lot of videos relating to tech, software, mobile apps, and various digital skills. If you are interested in any of such videos, then go ahead and subscribe to the channel for more videos like this. Also, hit the bell icon so that anytime we release a new video, you will be duly notified. As I mentioned earlier, in this video, we are going to learn how to use the Countif function to remove duplicates. So let's get into the computer and I'll show you how to do that. On my screen right now, as you can see, this is a sample data that has duplicate values within the first column. So the first column is place of birth and the second column is first name. So with the place of birth, we have a number of them occurring multiple times. So for instance, let's say Kumasi appears, we've counted 1, 2. Kumasi appears twice. Accra, there is Accra here, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So Accra appears 5 times. This tells us that there are some contents that are duplicated in here, and we want to be able to remove it. In fact, there is a feature in Excel called remove duplicates, and I've already covered a video on it. So check the description for a link to the video using the remove duplicate, or I'll place a card around in the video somewhere so that you can click on it directly to watch that lesson. But in this video, our focus is in using the function Countif, using the Countif function to achieve this. So to be able to do that, the first thing I want us to do is use the function to count so that we will all be able to see the number of times each item. Okay, so let me call our third column count column, where we are going to count the number of times this or the item under the place of birth has appeared. So I want to say that if it comes here, the first one should be 1. Then when it gets to the next Kumasi, where's the next one for Kumasi? Kumasi, okay, here you are. It will count 2 here. And as we counted, Accra was 5. So this would have been 5. Then this would be 4, 3. I'm not saying this is how we are going to, or this is how we are going to go about it. No, we are going to use a function to automate it. But I want to do this for you to appreciate how the function is going to work. So let's use the Accra for instance. This is what we want to achieve. The function is going to run through our data and count to see that, okay, when you take Accra within this first space, it is only once that it has appeared. When it gets to this side, it will count it and see that it has appeared twice, the third time, the fourth time, and the fifth time. So it will be able to identify all of these. And for that matter, let's now talk about the function itself, the Countif function. The Countif function takes 2 main parameters. The parameters that the Countif function takes are the first one being the range. Where is it supposed to look or go through and count? So it's going to count a certain number of things, but what is the range, or which cells should it go through to count? Okay, then the second option or property that it takes is the criteria for selection or counting. So at what point or at what occurrence should I count? What am I to look out for to count? Okay, so let's use, if you are new to Excel and you don't know about it, to use formulas in Excel, just select the cell that you want to input the formula. So I want to start with this particular cell, cell C2. Then type in equal to. So type in your equal to symbol. Then start typing out the formula, the name of the formula, or the function, sorry. The name of the function, which is Countif. And Excel most times will automatically suggest the formula for you. So Countif and open a bracket. Inside the bracket, as you can see down here, we have the range and the criteria. So for the range, pay particular attention here. If you are new to Excel, you may just have to follow, and it may not make so much sense because you don't understand certain principles, but I want to make it as basic as possible for you to appreciate it so that you can do it on your own. So what we are going to do is we are going to go through these columns, each one. So for this specific cell, I am looking at checking this cell. Okay, so that cell is called cell A2. This is called A2. But to write A2, I start with the dollar symbol and A, then dollar symbol and 2. So let me explain this. This is referencing. So I'm referencing the cell, but there are two types of referencing. We have relative referencing and you have absolute referencing. When you use the dollar sign, all that you are saying is that this is a fixed reference. I don't want you to change because we are going to scroll, or we are going to apply the same formula to all the other cells. In fact, all these things that we are doing, even though I'm using small data, the point of the video is that you may have a lot of data that you can't do it manually. Okay, so this is going to help you automate some of these things or make it easier to achieve them. Okay, so we are going to use $A$2, and what it means is that this reference, it is fixed. At any point in time, you are going to start counting from this particular cell. That is what it means. Then this is the starting point of our range. We use column to indicate that from here to now we have to enter our 2. So for the very first count, the very first cell, we still want to count that same cell. Okay, so it is from itself to itself. It will make sense when we go to the next one. So A, but this time around, the 2 is not with a dollar. So in the first instance, we said that we had $A, $2, to $A and 2 alone. If there is no dollar, what it means is that when I copy this formula and I paste it in a different cell, it should automatically detect the cell. It should detect the reference for the new cell. Okay, but the moment I put dollar in front of it, it means that don't change. So the moment you have $A, it means that whatever you do, wherever you copy me to, I am supposed to track column A. Okay, the first part where I had $2, it means that I am supposed to track the row 2, no matter where the formula is kept. All right, so let's go ahead. I know it will make more sense when we go to the subsequent cell. Then comma, because comma separates them. The criteria, I want you to look for the value within that particular cell of interest. So here my cell of interest is $A2. And you know the reason why it's $A2. $A meaning everywhere I copy the formula to, I still want the column A. Don't change the column. But for the cell or the row, I'm not changing it. Sorry, I'm not adding dollar to the row. Therefore, it means that you have to pick the new row that I use. So close your bracket, then click enter. So it has counted this first one from the very first one. Kumasi is 1. Okay, so the next thing you want to do, you just have to drag this one down. Drag it to the end of your data, and it will apply the formula automatically to all of them. As simple as that. So if you didn't understand what I was doing, let me walk you through now. Now when you come to the second cell, what it is doing is that you realize that something has changed in the formula, and it has changed. It's only this part where we have A3, then this part to A3. Previously, the initial formula we started with was A2, A2. And I told you that the fact that there is no dollar in front of that number, it means that when you go to the next column or the next cell, it's going to automatically pick the ID or the reference for that particular cell. So when you come here, it turns to A3 because now we are on the row 3. The next one will be A4, A5, A6, A7, in that order. Okay, but what you need to also pay attention to is that what this count function is doing. For instance, now that I've selected row 8, what it's doing is that it's selecting, this is the range from A2. So we made A2 to be fixed in the first instance. That's why we put $A, $2. So it was fixed in the first instance. Then we move from A through to the A8. So A2 through to A8. That is what this range is telling us. Then we say, okay, look for the value in A8. How many times has it appeared since we started counting? So that is basically what the formula is doing. Let me unselect these ones. Okay, so it means I've changed this. No, it's not supposed to be, this is supposed to be $A8 as it were. Okay, so let's go to that of Accra. Let me show you. Yes, so now let's deal with cell 13 or row 13 rather. With row 13, you're seeing that it's counting 4. So basically, this formula, what it's saying is that start counting from A2, which is phased. Start counting from A2 to A13. So it starts counting in A2. How many times are the value in A13, which is Accra? So you said that you want this value. That's the criteria. Accra. How many times has it occurred within this range, where the range is A2 to A13? So it starts counting 1, then gets here 2, 3, 4. So now it says that I've counted this thing 4 times. Enter. I've counted this thing 4 times, so I'll number it 4. Okay, so basically that is what the formula is doing. If you don't really understand this, you need to appreciate the referencing. So I'll create separate videos on referencing and what they actually mean, absolute referencing and relative referencing, and when to use which. So you check the video description for links to videos of that sort. Then let's continue. How then do we remove it? Now we know that there are values that are repeating because we want only 1. The counts that are 1. We don't want a duplicated one. So we want to remove the duplicated ones. Therefore, the next thing for us to do is select all the data and make sure this data tab is turned on. Almost all the time you have your home tab activated. So click on the data tab. Then after clicking on the data tab, look for the sort and filter. This funnel-like icon which says filter. So we are going to filter the data. Once you click on filter, so pay attention to this, you'll see a drop down appearing on each of these columns. So click on filter, and now as you can see, so click, we are using the count values because we've counted each of them. So click the drop down icon, then come to number filters, because the numbers that we have there, we are going to use that to filter. And we want to select all the numbers that are greater than 1 so that we can delete them. That's what we intend to do. Select all the numbers that are greater than 1. So number filters, then go to greater than, then put in the value 1, click OK. Once you click OK, these are all the values that are greater than 1, or in essence, these are the duplicated content that we have in our data. So right click this and go to delete row. Once you click OK to delete it, we have achieved what we wanted. So now you can delete these ones and save your data. You have achieved deleting the duplicated content using the Countif feature. I hope you enjoyed this video and you've learned something new from the video. If you did, and if you want more of such videos, go ahead and give the video a thumbs up and also subscribe to the channel for more videos like this. Hit the bell icon so that you'll be duly notified anytime we release a new video. I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.